My sister screamed at my 12-year-old daughter in front of the entire family, "I'm not your aunt, Sue, we're adopted." All because I wouldn't pay $12,000 for her wedding buffet. My parents took her side, called me selfish, ungrateful, said I owed the family. So on her wedding day, I grabbed the microphone during the toasts. And I congratulated the groom on the secret relationship he'd been having with my sister's maid of honor. My name is Lauren Mitchell. I'm 34 years old, and I'm a licensed clinical psychologist specializing in family systems and trauma therapy. I've spent 10 years helping people navigate toxic relationships, set boundaries, and recognize manipulation patterns. I read people the way most read books. Body language, micro-expressions, the things left unsaid. I can spot a lie from across a room, which is why I should have seen my own family's dysfunction coming. But when you're inside it, when you've normalized it for 30 years, even a trained therapist can miss the signs. I should have said no the first time my sister asked for money. But I didn't, because that's what big sisters do, right? They help, they support, they sacrifice. Except my sister Bailey never learned the difference between support and exploitation. And I never learned the difference between helping and enabling, until she went after my daughter. Bailey and I grew up in a middle-class family in suburban Ohio. Our parents, Tom and Linda, were good people, hardworking, traditional. They believed in family loyalty above everything else. Family takes care of family, Dad would say. That's what we do. Bailey was the baby, 5 years younger than me. Blonde, bubbly, charming in a way that made people want to take care of her. She learned early that if she smiled the right way, batted her eyelashes, played helpless, someone would swoop in and fix whatever problem she'd created, usually me. "Lauren, can you help Bailey with her homework? She's struggling." "Lauren, can you drive Bailey to her friend's house? She has plans." "Lauren, can you lend Bailey money for that dress? She really wants it." I helped every time, because that's what responsible older sisters did. I didn't realize I was being trained, conditioned to put Bailey's needs before my own, to sacrifice without complaint, to accept that her happiness was more important than mine. By the time I figured it out, the pattern was set. I got married at 28 to a wonderful man named Marcus. He was a high school teacher, patient, kind, thoughtful. Everything I needed after years of being the caretaker in my family. We wanted children immediately. We tried for 2 years. Nothing happened. The fertility treatments were expensive, emotionally exhausting, physically draining. After 3 rounds of IVF and 2 miscarriages, our doctor sat us down and explained our options. "You could try again, but your chances are slim. Have you considered adoption?" We had, and after months of discussion, of grief, of acceptance, we started the adoption process. It took 18 months, mountains of paperwork, home visits, background checks, interviews, waiting. And then we got the call, "We have a baby girl for you. She's 3 days old. Her birth mother chose you." Emma came into our lives on a Tuesday morning. 7 pounds, 2 ounces, dark hair, perfect little fingers. She looked at me with those serious, solemn eyes, and I fell completely, irrevocably in love. She was mine. Biology didn't matter. DNA didn't matter. She was my daughter. My family was supportive, mostly. Mom and Dad were thrilled to have a granddaughter. They showed up with gifts, offered to babysit, treated Emma like she was flesh and blood. Bailey was 23 then, still living at home, still bouncing between jobs and boyfriends, and half-formed plans for the future. She cooed over Emma, posted photos on social media, called herself Auntie Bailey, but there was always something off about how she talked about Emma. "Your adopted daughter is so cute. Is she meeting her developmental milestones?" I read adopted kids sometimes have issues. "Do you ever wonder about her real parents?" Little comments, seemingly innocent, but they stung. Marcus noticed too. "Why does she always emphasize that Emma's adopted?" he asked one night after a family dinner. "That's just Bailey. She doesn't think before she speaks, or she knows exactly what she's saying." I didn't want to believe that. Wanted to believe my sister loved Emma, that she saw her as family. I was wrong. Over the next decade, Bailey's requests for help escalated. "Can you lend me $1,000? I need to pay rent. Can you co-sign a loan for me? I want to buy a car. Can you cover my credit card payment this month? I'm a little short." Every request came with a sob story, a crisis, an emergency that was never quite her fault. I said yes, every time, because family takes care of family. Marcus urged me to set boundaries. Lauren, you've given her over $20,000 in the past 5 years, none of which she's paid back. She's struggling. She needs help. She needs to learn consequences. You're enabling her. She's my sister. And Emma's our daughter. What about her college fund? What about our savings? He was right. But I couldn't say no to Bailey. Not when my parents would call and guilt me into helping. Bailey's having a hard time. She just needs a little support. You're doing so well, Lauren. You can afford to help your sister. Family takes care of family, so I kept helping. And Bailey kept taking. 6 months ago, Bailey got engaged. His name was Trevor. He worked in sales. He was good-looking in a generic, wait-all, athletic, perfectly styled hair. He said all the right things in front of my parents, but I didn't trust him. There was something about the way he looked at Bailey, like she was a possession, a trophy, something to show off but not necessarily respect. And there was something about the way he looked at other women, including Bailey's best friend and maid of honor, Chloe. I saw it at the engagement party. The way Trevor's hand lingered on Chloe's lower back when Bailey wasn't looking. The way they made eye contact across the room. The way Chloe laughed a little too loud at his jokes. I mentioned it to Bailey, carefully. I noticed Trevor and Chloe seem pretty friendly. They're friends. She introduced us, I know. I just, be careful. Make sure you're paying attention. Bailey's face hardened. What are you implying? Nothing. Do you think Trevor's cheating on me? I didn't say that. You're jealous. That's what this is. You can't stand that I'm happy. That I'm getting married. That someone actually wants me. Bailey! That's not. Just because your marriage is boring doesn't mean mine will be. She stormed off. I didn't bring it up again. The wedding planning consumed the next 6 months. Bailey wanted everything. A destination venue, a designer dress, a 10-piece band, an open bar, a gourmet buffet. The budget ballooned to $70,000. Our parents were paying for most of it. They'd refinanced their house to cover the costs. This is Bailey's day, Mom said. We want it to be perfect. But there were gaps. Things the budget didn't cover, and Bailey started coming to me. The photographer wants an extra $2,000 for a second shooter. Can you cover it? I did. The florist says the centerpieces I want are $1,500 more than quoted. Can you help? I did. The venue requires a bigger deposit. Can you lend me $3,000? I did. Every request came with the same script. I'll pay you back. After the wedding. When Trevor and I are settled, I knew she wouldn't. But I kept giving. Until the buffet. 3 weeks before the wedding, Bailey called me in tears. The caterer says the upgraded buffet I want costs $12,000 more than the basic package. Mom and Dad are tapped out. They can't afford it. $12,000? Bailey, I know it's a lot, but this is my wedding, Lauren. My one day. I need this buffet. The basic one is embarrassing. People will talk. Maybe you could adjust other parts of the budget. There's nothing left to cut. I've already compromised on so much. Her voice rose. You don't understand. This is my dream wedding. I've been planning this my whole life, and now it's falling apart because I don't have $12,000. I took a breath. Bailey, I've already given you over $6,000 for other things. You can't, or you won't. We have Emma's education to think about. And our own expenses. Emma, she said my daughter's name like it tasted bad. You're choosing your adopted kid over your own sister? Something in my chest tightened. Don't call her that. Call her what? Adopted? That's what she is. She's my daughter. She's not your real daughter. She's some stranger's kid you're raising. And now you're prioritizing her over your actual family. Bailey, forget it. I should have known you'd let me down. You've always been selfish. She hung up. I sat there, staring at my phone, shaking. Marcus came into the room. What happened? Bailey wants $12,000 for a wedding buffet. Please tell me you said no. I did. Good. He sat next to me. How did she react? She said I was choosing my adopted kid over my real family. His jaw tightened. She said that? I nodded. Lauren, you need to set hard boundaries. Now. Before this gets worse. I will. I'll talk to her after she calms down, but I didn't get the chance. 2 days later, my parents called a family meeting at their house. I knew it was bad when I walked in and saw Bailey sitting on the couch with Mom and Dad flanking her like bodyguards. Her eyes were red, puffy. She'd clearly been crying. Lauren, Dad said. We need to talk. I sat down. Marcus stayed standing behind me, his hand on my shoulder. Bailey told us what happened, Mom said. About the buffet. Okay. We're disappointed in you, Lauren. I blinked. I'm sorry. Your sister's getting married. This is one of the most important days of her life. And you refuse to help her. I've already given her $6,000, we know. And we're grateful, but she needs a little more help. And you're in a position to provide it. Mom, it's $12,000. For a buffet. It's her wedding, Dad said. You only get married once. This is important. So is my daughter's education fund. Bailey's face crumpled. See? She's choosing that kid over me. That kid is my daughter, she's not your daughter. Bailey's voice rose. She's some random baby you bought because you couldn't have your own kids. The room went silent. Marcus's hand tightened on my shoulder. Bailey, I said quietly. Don't. It's true. You act like she's this precious gift, but she's not really yours. She's not family. Not like me. That's enough, Marcus said. No, it's not enough. Bailey stood up. I'm sick of pretending that adopted kids are the same as real kids. They're not. Emma's not Lauren's daughter. She's just some kid Lauren's raising because she feels guilty. Get out, Marcus said. I'm not in your house, Bailey shot back. Marcus, Mom said sharply. Don't speak to Bailey that way. Your daughter just said our child isn't part of this family. She's upset, Dad said. She didn't mean it. Yes, I did, Bailey said. I meant every word. I stood up. My legs felt unsteady. We're leaving, Lauren, Mom started. No. You want to talk about family? About what matters? My daughter, my real actual daughter matters more than a $12,000 buffet. And if you can't see that, if you're gonna sit here and let Bailey say those things about Emma, then we're done. You're being dramatic, Dad said. Am I? Because it sounds like you're asking me to choose between my child and my sister's wedding menu. We're asking you to be reasonable, Mom said. To help your sister on her special day, I've helped. I've given her thousands of dollars. I've given her years of support. And she just called my daughter not real family. And you're defending her. Bailey crossed her arms. Because I'm right, I looked at my sister. At her entitled, petulant expression. At the complete lack of remorse in her eyes. And something inside me shifted. You know what, Bailey? You're right about one thing. Emma's not like you. She's kind. She's considerate. She thinks about other people. She would never weaponize someone's adoption to manipulate them into giving her money. Lauren, Dad warned. And you know what else? I'm done. I'm done sacrificing for someone who doesn't value me, who doesn't value my family. You want $12,000 for a buffet? Get it somewhere else. I walked out. Marcus followed. Behind us, I heard Bailey start crying. Heard Mom comforting her. Heard Dad mutter something about me being selfish. We got in the car, I was shaking. Are you okay? Marcus asked. No, but I will be. That night, Emma came into our bedroom. She was 12 now. Smart, perceptive, sensitive. She'd heard everything. Mom? Why did Aunt Bailey say I'm not really your daughter? My heart broke. I pulled her onto the bed, wrapped my arms around her, because Aunt Bailey was angry and said something cruel. Something untrue. But I am adopted. Yes. And you are absolutely, completely, 100% my daughter. Biology doesn't determine family. Love does. Aunt Bailey doesn't think so. Aunt Bailey is wrong. Emma was quiet for a moment. Are you sad? I'm sad that she hurt you. I'm sad that she said something so hurtful. What about Grandma and Grandpa? Do they think I'm not family too? No, honey. They love you. They just ... They have a hard time saying no to Aunt Bailey. That's not fair. No, it's not. Emma hugged me tight. I'm sorry Aunt Bailey is mean to you. It's okay, sweetheart. I'll handle it. After she went to bed, I sat at my desk and pulled up my laptop. I opened a folder I'd been keeping for years. Screenshots of texts where Bailey asked for money, bank statements showing transfers, emails with promises to pay me back soon. Then I opened a new folder, and I started digging. Because if Bailey wanted to make this ugly, I could make it uglier. I was a therapist, I understood people, I understood manipulation, and I understood exactly how to dismantle someone who'd built their entire life on lies and exploitation. I started with Trevor. I spent the next week becoming a private investigator. Not literally, but close enough. I started with Trevor's social media. Public profiles are a goldmine if you know what to look for. Not just the posts themselves, but the patterns. Who likes what, who comments where, what time of day, what locations are tagged. Trevor posted a lot. Gym selfies, work achievements, photos with Bailey looking picture perfect and in love. But his likes told a different story. He liked almost everything Chloe posted. And I mean everything. Her vacation photos, her workout videos, her inspirational quotes, her selfies. At 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, times when Bailey would be asleep. I cross-referenced the timestamps with Chloe's activity. She was liking his posts at the same hours. That could be innocent, coincidental. Except it wasn't. I found a photo from 4 months ago. Group shot at a bar. Bailey, Trevor, Chloe, and some other friends. Everyone was tagged. But if you zoomed in on the background, reflected in the mirror behind the bar, you could see Trevor's hand on Chloe's thigh under the table. Bailey was on his other side, looking at her phone, oblivious. I saved the screenshot. Then I started looking at location tags. Trevor and Chloe had been coincidentally at the same coffee shop 7 times in the past 3 months. Different days, different times, always when Bailey was at work. They'd both checked in at the same hotel bar twice. Once on a Tuesday afternoon, once on a Thursday evening. I pulled up Bailey's social media for those dates. She'd been at work both times, posting about another long day at the office. I documented everything, screenshots, timestamps, locations. Then I did something I'm not proud of. I created a fake social media profile, generic name, stock photo, followed a few hundred random people to look legitimate. Then I sent Chloe a message. ***, hey, think we have mutual friends. I saw you're a bridesmaid in Bailey's wedding, so exciting. I'm actually a wedding photographer looking to build my portfolio. Would you be interested in a styled engagement shoot? Free of charge, just need the photos for my website. ***, she responded within an hour. ***, oh that's so sweet. But I'm not engaged, lol. Maybe you meant Bailey? ***. Actually, I could have sworn I saw you had a boyfriend. Tall guy, brown hair? I think I saw you two at Riverside Coffee last week. ***, 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. ***, oh, you might have seen me with my friend Trevor. We grab coffee sometimes. It's actually Bailey's fiancé. Haha. ***. Oh wow, small world. You guys looked really close. I assumed you were together. ***, haha, no, we're just friends. Known each other forever. ***, that's cool that you're so close. Does Bailey ever join you guys? The dots took longer this time. Sometimes. But she's usually working. Trevor and I have more flexible schedules. ***, lucky you. Having a friend you can hang out with whenever. ***, yeah, he's great. Really supportive. ***, I pushed a little further. ***, I bet Bailey's lucky to have such a close friendship with her maid of honor. Must make wedding planning easier. ***, totally. Though honestly, Bailey can be a lot sometimes. Very intense about the wedding. Trevor and I joke that we're the only ones keeping her sane, lol. ***, there it was. The casual intimacy. The we statements. The little jokes at Bailey's expense. ***, sounds like you two are quite the team. ***, I saved the entire conversation. Over the next few days, I expanded my research. I called the hotel where Trevor and Chloe had both checked in at the bar, pretended to be planning an event. Do you have security cameras in the bar area? I want to make sure the space is safe for my guests. Yes, ma'am, full coverage. But those recordings are only kept for 30 days per our privacy policy. 30 days. The last coincidental meet had been 3 weeks ago. If I needed to request footage for a specific date, how would I do that? You'd need a police report or a subpoena. I didn't have either. But I filed that information away. Then I started talking to people. I reached out to a college friend who worked at the same company as Trevor. Casual catch-up coffee. How's work going? Oh, you know, same old. Actually, funny you should ask, there's been some drama lately. Oh, Yeah, one of our sales guys has been spending a lot of time with someone who's definitely not his fiancée. People are talking. My pulse quickened. Really? Yeah, Trevor something. He's getting married soon, but he's been having these long lunches with this woman. They disappear for hours. And someone saw them leaving a hotel downtown together last month. That's terrible. Did anyone tell his fiancé? I don't think anyone knows who she is. And honestly, people don't want to get involved. Not their business, you know? Yeah, I get that. But it was my business now. I compiled everything into a dossier. Screenshots of social media interactions, location data, testimonies from witnesses, the suspicious hotel check-ins, the reflected image of Trevor's hand on Chloe's thigh, the late-night likes and comments, the coffee shop coincidences. Individually, each piece could be explained away. Together, they painted a clear picture. Trevor and Chloe were having an affair. Had been for months. Probably since before the engagement. And Bailey had no idea. I sat at my desk staring at the folder on my laptop. I could send this to Bailey right now. Spare her the humiliation of marrying a cheater. Save her from Trevor. But then I remembered her face when she screamed at Emma. The cruelty in her voice. The entitlement. The complete lack of remorse. I remembered my parents sitting there, defending her, asking me to sacrifice more. I remembered 12 years of being Bailey's emotional support system, her ATM, her backup plan. And I made a decision. Bailey was going to marry Trevor. She was going to have her perfect, expensive $70,000 wedding. And then, in front of everyone, I was going to detonate her perfect life, the same way she'd tried to detonate mine. The next 2 weeks were tense. Bailey didn't speak to me. My parents sent occasional guilt-trip texts. Asterisk, asterisk, we're disappointed in you, Lauren. Asterisk, 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 family should support each other. Asterisk, 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 this isn't who we raised you to be. I didn't respond. Marcus was worried. They're gonna keep pushing, you know that, right? Let them. Lauren, are you okay? You've been different since that fight. I'm fine. I'm just done being the family doormat. Good. But what are you planning? I showed him the dossier. Every screenshot. Every piece of evidence. Every damning detail. His eyes widened. You found all this? Yes. What are you going to do with it? I'm going to give a toast at the wedding. Lauren, she went after Emma, Marcus. She told our daughter she's not real family. She tried to use her adoption as leverage to manipulate me. And my parents backed her up. I know. But publicly humiliating her is exactly what she deserves. She wants a perfect wedding? She can have it. Right up until the moment I take it away. Marcus was quiet for a long moment. You're sure about this? Completely. Okay. He took my hand. Then I'm with you. Whatever you need. 5 days before the wedding, my mother called. Lauren, we need to talk. I'm listening. This has gone on long enough. You need to apologize to Bailey for what? For refusing to help her. For making her special day about yourself. For being selfish. I took a breath. Mom, I've given Bailey over $6,000 for this wedding. Plus years of financial support that she's never paid back. I'm not apologizing for having boundaries. She's your sister. And Emma's my daughter. Bailey called her not real family. In front of you. And you said nothing. Bailey was upset. She didn't mean it. Yes, she did. And you let her say it. You chose Bailey's feelings over Emma's dignity. That's not fair. We love Emma. Then prove it. Tell Bailey what she said was wrong. Demand that she apologize. Silence. I thought so, I said quietly. You won't because Bailey never faces consequences. She throws tantrums, says horrible things, takes and takes and takes, and everyone just accommodates her. Lauren, she's getting married in 5 days. Can't you just let this go? For her sake? No. Why are you being so stubborn? 'Cause I'm done, Mom. I'm done sacrificing for someone who doesn't value me. I'm done being the responsible one while Bailey gets to be the victim. I'm done. If you don't come to this wedding, you're going to regret it. Actually, I think I'd regret going and staying silent. But don't worry. I'll be there. You will? Yes. I RSVP'd weeks ago. I'll be there. With Marcus and Emma. And we'll celebrate Bailey's big day. I could hear the relief in her voice. Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're being reasonable. I'm being something. Not sure reasonable is the word. Well, Whatever it is, we're grateful. This means so much to Bailey. I'm sure it does. And Lauren? Maybe during the reception you could find a moment to talk to Bailey. Smooth things over. You know how she gets? Oh, I'm definitely planning to talk during the reception. You can count on that. Wonderful. We'll see you Saturday. She hung up. Marcus looked at me. She has no idea what's coming. None of them do. The night before the wedding, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Emma. About the hurt on her face when Bailey screamed at her. About the questions she'd asked. Am I really your daughter? I got up and went to her room. She was asleep, curled up with her stuffed elephant, the same one she'd had since we brought her home from the hospital 12 years ago. I sat on the edge of her bed and brushed the hair from her face. She stirred. Mom, go back to sleep, sweetheart. Are you okay? I will be, after tomorrow. Aunt Bailey's wedding? Yes. Emma was quiet for a moment. Are you still mad at her? Yes. Good. She was mean to you. And to me. She was. And tomorrow she's going to learn that actions have consequences. What are you going to do? I smiled. You'll see. But Emma, no matter what happens tomorrow, I want you to know something. You are my daughter. You are my family. You are loved. And anyone who says otherwise doesn't deserve a place in our lives. She hugged me. I love you, Mom. I love you too, baby. So much. The wedding day arrived. The venue was beautiful, a historic mansion with manicured gardens and a ballroom with crystal chandeliers. Bailey had spared no expense. I wore a simple navy dress. Marcus wore a suit. Emma wore a dress she'd picked out herself, pale pink with flowers embroidered on the hem. We arrived for the ceremony. My parents were greeting guests. They saw us and their faces lit up. Lauren! You came! Mom rushed over and hugged me. Oh, I'm so glad. Bailey will be so relieved. I wouldn't miss this for anything. Dad shook Marcus's hand. Good to see you, son. You too. They bent down to Emma. Look at you. So grown up. Emma smiled politely. But I saw the wariness in her eyes. She remembered what Bailey had said. What they'd allowed. We took our seats. The ceremony was lovely, traditional. Bailey looked beautiful in her overpriced dress. Trevor looked handsome in his tuxedo. Chloe stood at the altar as maid of honor, holding Bailey's bouquet, looking radiant. And guilty. I watched them exchange vows. Watched Bailey cry happy tears. Watched Trevor slip the ring on her finger and kiss her. I felt nothing. Just cold, calculating focus. The reception was in the ballroom. Dinner was served, the $12,000 buffet Bailey had wanted so desperately. It was impressive, elegant, everything she'd dreamed of. I ate mechanically, watching the room, watching Trevor and Chloe carefully avoid each other, watching Bailey bask in the attention, glowing, radiant, blissfully unaware. After dinner, the toasts began. Trevor's best man went first, funny, heartfelt, appropriate. Then Chloe stood up. She talked about Bailey, about their friendship, about how happy she was for her best friend to have found love. Her voice caught slightly when she looked at Trevor. Just for a second. I saw it. So did Marcus. No one else noticed. When she finished, people applauded. Bailey hugged her. Trevor smiled. Then the DJ announced, "We have one more toast. Lauren Mitchell, the bride's sister." I hadn't asked to give a toast, but I'd slipped the DJ $200 and told him to announce me after Chloe. Bailey's face registered surprise when I stood up. Then confusion. Then something like hope. She thought I was gonna apologize, make amends, play the role of supportive older sister. I walked to the microphone. The room quieted. I looked at Bailey, at Trevor, at Chloe, at my parents, and I smiled. Thank you all for being here to celebrate Bailey and Trevor's special day. I'm Lauren, Bailey's older sister, and I have to say this wedding has been absolutely perfect. Everything Bailey wanted, everything she dreamed of. Bailey beamed. My sister has always been someone who goes after what she wants, who doesn't let anything stand in her way, even if it means stepping on people who love her. The smile faltered slightly. Bailey and I have had our differences over the years, but I've always supported her, helped her, given her whatever she asked for, because that's what family does, right? I paused, let the words hang. But recently I learned something important. I learned that support has to go both ways. That family means respecting each other, valuing each other, not just taking. The room was very quiet now. Bailey asked me to pay $12,000 for the buffet we all just enjoyed. When I said no, when I explained that I needed to prioritize my daughter's education, Bailey said something I'll never forget. Bailey's face went pale. She was shaking her head slightly. She told my 12-year-old daughter that she wasn't really my daughter. That adopted children aren't real family. That Emma was just some random baby I bought. Gasps rippled through the room. People turned to look at Bailey. My parents were there. They heard it. And they asked me to apologize to Bailey. To put it aside. To help her anyway. Because her wedding was more important than my daughter's feelings. Mom stood up. "Lauren, this isn't the time. Sit down, Mom." My voice was steel. "I'm not finished." She sat. I turned back to the room. I thought a lot about whether to come to this wedding. Whether to support someone who would say something so cruel to a child. And I decided yes, I would come. I would celebrate. Because Bailey deserves to have everything she wants. I pulled out my phone, including the truth about her new husband. Trevor went white. Trevor and Chloe have been having an affair for at least 4 months. Probably longer. The room erupted. Chaos. That's the only word for what happened next. Bailey's face went from pale to red to a mottled purple. She was making a sound, not quite words, just a strangely disbelieving noise. Trevor shot to his feet. "That's not true." "Lauren, what the hell are you?" "I have proof," I said calmly into the microphone. My voice carried over the rising murmur of shocked guests. "Would you like to see it?" I connected my phone to the venue's projection system. Something I'd arranged earlier with another $200 tip to the AV technician. The screen behind me lit up. First image. Trevor and Chloe at Riverside Coffee. Timestamp visible. Bailey's social media post from the same day showing her at work. This is from 3 weeks ago. Bailey was at work. Trevor told her he had client meetings. He was having coffee with Chloe. Second image. The bar photo zoomed in on the mirror reflection. Trevor's hand on Chloe's thigh. This is from 4 months ago. Group outing. Notice anything interesting in the background? Gasps and whispers spread through the crowd. Some people were pulling out their phones, taking pictures of the projection screen. Bailey was standing now, staring at the images, her bouquet forgotten on the table. Third image. Screenshots of the Instagram messages between me and Chloe. This is Chloe. 3 days ago, talking about her friend Trevor. Notice how she refers to them as we. How they keep each other sane. How they have inside jokes about the bride. Chloe was frozen at the head table, her face the color of snow. Fourth image. The hotel bar check-ins. Both Trevor and Chloe, same location, same evening, 1 hour apart. The Riverside Hotel, downtown. Trevor checked in at 6:30 p.m. Chloe checked in at 7:30. They both posted from the hotel bar. Neither mentioned the other was there. I advanced to the next slide. This happened twice. Here are both dates. Fifth image. Screenshots of Trevor's late-night likes on Chloe's photos. Pages of them. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and this is Trevor's social media activity. Notice anything? He's awake in the middle of the night, liking every single thing Chloe posts. Every selfie, every workout photo, every inspirational quote. I turned to face Trevor directly. Care to explain why you're up at 3 in the morning double-tapping your fiancé's maid of honor's bikini photos? You're insane, Trevor said. His voice was shaking. This is stalking. This is harassment. No, this is publicly available information. You posted it. Chloe posted it. I just connected the dots. I clicked to the final image, the testimony from Trevor's coworker. And this is a statement from someone who works with Trevor. They've seen him leaving hotels with a woman who isn't Bailey. Having long, intimate lunches. Disappearing for hours. The room was in complete uproar now. People were standing, talking, pointing. Some were recording on their phones. Bailey's mother, my mother, was crying. My father looked like he'd been struck. But Bailey herself was perfectly still, staring at the screen. At Trevor, at Chloe, Bailey. Trevor started. Baby, I can explain. Explain? Her voice was a whisper, but the microphone picked it up. Explain what? Explain why you've been sleeping with my best friend? I haven't. We didn't. Don't lie to me. The scream was primal, raw. Don't you dare lie to me in front of all these people. She turned to Chloe. You were my maid of honor. My best friend since college. I trusted you. Chloe's eyes were streaming tears. Bailey, I'm so sorry. It just happened. You didn't mean to carry on an affair for months? You didn't mean to sneak around behind my back? You didn't mean to stand up there and give a toast about friendship while you were sleeping with my husband? He's not your husband yet, Chloe said quietly. Wrong thing to say. Bailey lunged. It took 3 people to hold her back. She was screaming, crying, trying to get at Chloe. Her beautiful dress was tearing. Her perfect updo was coming loose. Trevor tried to approach her. Bailey, please, just listen, get away from me. She shoved him, hard. He stumbled backward into a chair. The best man grabbed Trevor's arm. Dude, maybe give her space. This is all her fault. Trevor pointed at me. She's the one who ruined everything. She's jealous because her sister's getting married and she's stuck with an adopted kid. He didn't get to finish. Marcus punched him. I'd never seen my husband hit anyone. Marcus was gentle, patient. A high school teacher who broke up fights didn't start them. But he hit Trevor so hard that Trevor went down like a dropped puppet. The room erupted again. Trevor's groomsmen rushed forward. Marcus's brother had flown in from California, stepped between them. Security arrived. 2 large men in black suits. We need to clear the room, one of them said. Now. The venue manager was a middle-aged woman named Patricia. She'd seen a lot of wedding drama in her 20 years managing the mansion. But probably not this. I need the bride, the groom, the maid of honor, and she looked at me. You, I suppose, in the bridal suite. Now, everyone else needs to leave the ballroom. Guests were already gathering their things. Some looked scandalized. Others looked thrilled. This would be gossip gold for months. My parents intercepted me before I could follow Patricia. What have you done? Mom's voice was shaking. What have you done? I told the truth. You destroyed your sister's wedding? No, Mom. Trevor and Chloe destroyed Bailey's wedding. I just made sure everyone knew about it. You planned this, Dad said. His face was red, angry. You knew. And you waited until the wedding to expose it. Yes. Why? Why would you be so cruel? I looked at my father. This man who'd taught me to ride a bike, who'd paid for my college education, who'd walked me down the aisle at my own wedding. Bailey told Emma she wasn't my real daughter. She weaponized my child's adoption to manipulate me into giving her money. And you asked me to apologize to her. You chose Bailey's wedding over Emma's dignity, so this is revenge, Mom asked. You're punishing Bailey because she said something hurtful? I'm holding her accountable. There's a difference. By humiliating her in front of 200 people? She was going to marry a cheater, Mom. Did you want me to let that happen? Let her build a life with someone who was sleeping with her best friend? They had no answer for that. That's what I thought, I said quietly. Now, if you'll excuse me, the venue manager is waiting. The bridal suite was chaos. Bailey was on the couch, still in her torn wedding dress, mascara streaming down her face. She was hyperventilating. Someone had given her a paper bag to breathe into. Trevor was in a chair holding an ice pack to his jaw. His tuxedo was disheveled, his lip was split courtesy of Marcus. Chloe was in the corner, as far from Bailey as possible, sobbing into her hands. And I was standing by the door with Patricia and a security guard. All right, Patricia said. Someone want to explain what just happened? Everyone started talking at once. Patricia held up her hand. One at a time, bride first. Bailey looked at me with pure hatred. She ruined my wedding. She got up there and told lies. They weren't lies, I said calmly. I have evidence. Dozens of screenshots, witness testimony, location data. Would you like to see more? You stalked my husband. He's not your husband. And I didn't stalk him. I paid attention. Something you should have done. Bailey lunged again. The security guard stepped between us. Enough, Patricia said firmly. What's done is done. We need to figure out next steps. The guests are leaving. The vendors are packing up. This event is over. No. Bailey turned to Trevor. Tell them she's lying. Tell them we're still getting married. Trevor wouldn't meet her eyes. Trevor? Bailey's voice broke. Say something. He finally looked up. Maybe we should postpone. Talk about this privately. Postpone? Postpone? Bailey's voice rose to a shriek. We just had a wedding. I'm wearing a dress. There are 200 people out there who all just watched proof of me cheating on you. Trevor said flatly. I don't think we're having a reception, Bailey. But you said it wasn't true. Of course I said that. What was I supposed to do? Admit it in front of everyone? Silence. Bailey stared at him. So it is true. You've been sleeping with Chloe. Trevor glanced at Chloe, then back at Bailey. It's complicated. How is it complicated? Either you slept with her or you didn't. We slept together, okay? Yes. We've been seeing each other for a few months. The sound Bailey made was inhuman. But it's not what you think, Trevor continued. It just happened. We didn't plan it. And I do love you, Bailey. I do. You love me? Bailey's laugh was hysterical. You love me so much you've been having an affair with my best friend for months? You love me so much you were screwing her while I was planning our wedding. You were so stressed about the wedding, Chloe said quietly. You were barely paying attention to him. He needed someone to talk to, so you decided to sleep with my fiancés? It wasn't like that. We connected. We understood each other. You understood each other? You understood each other? Bailey was screaming now. I was working myself to exhaustion trying to plan the perfect wedding for him, and you two were bonding over how stressed I was. No one had an answer for that. Patricia cleared her throat. I need to know if you're proceeding with the reception. The vendors need direction. There's no reception, Bailey said flatly. Send everyone home. What about the honeymoon? Trevor asked. We're supposed to leave for Hawaii tomorrow. You can go by yourself. Or better yet, take Chloe. I'm sure you'd both enjoy it. Bailey, get out. Both of you. Get out of my sight. Trevor stood slowly. Chloe did too. They edged toward the door. Bailey's voice stopped them. Wait, they turned. Give me the rings. What? The rings. My ring. Your ring. Give them to me. Now. Trevor slowly removed his wedding band. He'd only been wearing it for an hour. He handed it to Bailey. She turned to Chloe. Where's your bridesmaid gift? The necklace I gave you this morning? Chloe's hand went to her throat. She was wearing a delicate gold necklace with a small diamond pendant. Bailey, please, take it off. It was a gift. It was a gift from someone you betrayed. Take it off. Chloe unclasped the necklace and handed it to Bailey. Bailey threw both items at them. The rings and necklace clattered across the floor. Now get out. They left. Patricia turned to me. And you. What exactly was your plan here? To tell my sister the truth before she legally bound herself to a cheater? By ambushing her at her own wedding? She wouldn't have believed me otherwise. And yes, I wanted her to feel a fraction of the humiliation she put my daughter through. Bailey's head snapped up. This is about Emma? You destroyed my wedding because of what I said to Emma. Partially. Also because you've spent years taking advantage of me. Using me. Manipulating me. And when I finally set a boundary, you tried to weaponize my daughter against me, so you decided to ruin my entire life? No, Bailey. I decided to stop protecting you from consequences. Trevor and Chloe ruined your life. I just made sure you knew about it before you signed the marriage certificate. You enjoyed this. Admit it. You enjoyed humiliating me. I thought about that. Actually, I didn't. I don't feel good about this, Bailey. I feel sad. Because this is what we've come to. This is what our relationship became. You pushed and pushed and took, and when I finally pushed back, everything exploded. You could have told me privately, before the wedding. Given me a chance to what? Call off the wedding? Confront them? You would have blamed me. You would have said I was lying. Your track record with believing me versus believing what you want to hear is pretty clear. She had no response to that. Patricia sighed. I'm calling it. This event is over. Clairwell, you have 15 minutes to collect your personal items from this suite. Then security will escort you out. What about my dress? My gifts? Your wedding planner will coordinate with you to collect everything. But right now, you need to leave. Bailey looked at me one more time. I'll never forgive you for this, I know. And I'm okay with that. She left, still in her torn wedding dress, trailing lace and broken dreams behind her. I found Marcus and Emma in the parking lot. They were sitting in our car, waiting. Emma jumped out when she saw me. Mom, are you okay? Dad said there was a fight and Uncle Marcus hit someone and... I'm fine, sweetheart. Did you really tell everyone about Aunt Bailey's wedding being fake? Not fake. Just ... based on lies. Yes, I told everyone. Good. Emma hugged me fiercely. She deserved it. Marcus got out of the car. His knuckles were bruised. How's Bailey? Devastated. Furious. Humiliated. Do you regret it? I thought about that. About the look on Bailey's face, about my parents' disappointment, about the gossip that would follow our family for years. No, I don't regret it. She needed to know, and she needed to face consequences. Your parents? Haven't spoken to me since the toast. Probably won't for a while. He pulled me close. For what it's worth, I'm proud of you. You hit someone. Conflict resolution. He insulted our daughter. And you. I'd do it again. I kissed him. My hero. Emma made a gagging sound. Gross. Can we go home now? Yes. Let's go home. As we drove away from the venue, I looked back one time. The valets were helping distraught guests find their cars. The vendors were packing up an untouched buffet. Security was managing the crowd. And somewhere in that chaos was my sister, whose perfect wedding had imploded in front of everyone she knew. I should have felt guilty. I should have felt terrible, but all I felt was free. The aftermath was swift and brutal. By the next morning, the story had spread through our entire social circle. Videos from the reception, shaky phone footage of my toast, of Bailey's meltdown, of Marcus punching Trevor, were circulating in family group chats and friend networks. My phone exploded with messages. Some were supportive, *, you did the right thing, Bailey needed to know. That took courage. *, others were vicious. *, how could you ruin your own sister's wedding? You're a horrible person. This is unforgivable. I ignored all of them, except one. It was from Bailey's wedding planner, a woman named Jennifer. *, I need to speak with you. It's important. Can we meet today? *, I almost deleted it. But something made me respond. *, coffee at 2 p.m.? The place on Vine Street. *, Jennifer was waiting when I arrived. She was in her 40s, professionally dressed, with the exhausted look of someone who'd spent the last 24 hours doing damage control. Thank you for meeting me, she said as I sat down. What's this about? I wanted you to know something. About Bailey's wedding budget. I waited. Jennifer pulled out a folder. Your parents told you they refinanced their house to pay for the wedding, correct? Yes, that's partially true. They refinanced for $40,000. The wedding budget was $70,000. Where did the other $30,000 come from? Bailey has been using credit cards. 5 different cards, all maxed out. She's about $55,000 in debt total. $25,000 from previous spending, $30,000 from the wedding. My stomach dropped. Does Trevor know? I doubt it. She's been hiding the statements, intercepting the mail. She planned to consolidate everything after the wedding and have Trevor help pay it off, so she was going to trap him with her debt. Essentially, yes. Jennifer paused. There's more. The $12,000 she asked you for? For the buffet? What about it? That money wasn't really for the buffet. The buffet was already paid for. Bailey wanted the cash to make a payment on one of the credit cards. She was 3 months behind and they were threatening to sue. I stared at her. She lied about what the money was for. Yes, she's been lying about a lot of things. The photographer's surcharge? Already paid for. The florist upcharge? Didn't exist. Every time she came to you for money, she was actually covering debt payments. Why are you telling me this? Because your parents are blaming you for ruining everything. They think if you'd just given Bailey the money, none of this would have happened. But Bailey was going to implode eventually. The debt, the lies, the affair she was ignoring, it was all going to come crashing down. You just accelerated the timeline? You knew about the affair? Jennifer nodded. Psst. I saw Trevor and Chloe together at one of the venue walkthroughs. They thought I'd left. I hadn't. I saw them kissing in the garden. I thought about telling Bailey, but ... single quotes. She shrugged. It's not my place. I just plan weddings. I don't break them up. Until now. She slid the folder across the table. This is a copy of Bailey's financial situation. Credit card statements, payment schedules, the works. I thought you should have it. In case your parents keep pushing you to help her. Where did you get this? Bailey gave me access to her email to coordinate with vendors. I may have seen some financial documents while I was there. That's unethical? Probably. But I've been in this business for 15 years. I've seen too many families destroy themselves over wedding debt. Your sister was drowning, and she was going to pull your parents down with her. Jennifer stood. Do with that information what you will. But at least now you know the truth. She left. I sat there for a long time, staring at the folder. $55,000 in debt. Lies about what the money was for. A pattern of manipulation that went deeper than I'd realized. Bailey hadn't just been entitled, she'd been desperate. And she'd been willing to destroy anyone, including me, including Emma, to hide it. That evening my parents called, together, on speakerphone. "Lauren, we need to talk about what you're going to do to fix this," Dad said. "Fix what?" "Fix what you did to Bailey. The humiliation. The destroyed wedding. I'm not fixing anything. Bailey and Trevor's affair isn't my responsibility, but exposing it the way you did was cruel," Mom said. "You could have told her privately. I tried to warn her about Trevor months ago. She accused me of being jealous, because you were being vague. You should have been direct. I was direct. She didn't want to hear it. And frankly, after what she said to Emma, I stopped caring about sparing her feelings." "Emma is fine," Dad said dismissively. "Kids are resilient. Emma is 12 years old and was told she's not real family by her aunt, in front of her grandparents, who said nothing. We were in a difficult position. No, you weren't. You were in a position where you could have defended your granddaughter. You chose not to. Silence." Then Mom said, "Bailey needs help, financial help. She's in a lot of debt and, I know, $55,000. I've seen the statements." "How did you?" Dad stopped. "It doesn't matter. She needs family support right now. Then you support her." "I'm done, Lauren. She's your sister and Emma's my daughter. And you've made it very clear whose side you're on. There shouldn't be sides in a family. You're right. There shouldn't be. But you created sides when you asked me to prioritize Bailey's wedding over Emma's dignity. When you enabled Bailey's manipulation for years. When you demanded I sacrifice my daughter's college fund for Bailey's overpriced buffet, we never demanded yes. You did. Maybe not in those exact words. But every time you asked me to be reasonable, every time you told me to let it go, every time you made excuses for Bailey's behavior, you were demanding that I make myself smaller so Bailey could be bigger. That's not fair, Mom said. Her voice was shaking. Isn't it? Think about it. Really think about it. When was the last time you asked Bailey to compromise? To apologize? To consider someone else's feelings? They had no answer. That's what I thought, I said quietly. I love you both, but I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not setting myself on fire to keep Bailey warm. And I'm not exposing my daughter to people who think her adoption makes her less than. We never said that, Dad protested. You didn't have to. You let Bailey say it. You defended her after she said it. That's the same thing. So what are you saying? You're cutting us off? I'm saying I need space. From you. From Bailey. From this entire dynamic. And when you're ready to acknowledge that what Bailey did was wrong, really wrong, not just she was stressed or she didn't mean it, then maybe we can talk. You're being unreasonable, Mom said. No, I'm being healthy. There's a difference. I hung up. Marcus, who'd been listening from the doorway, came over and wrapped his arms around me. That was hard, he said. It was necessary. Are you okay? Not yet. But I will be. 2 weeks later, I got a call from an unknown number. Against my better judgment, I answered. Hello, Lauren? It's Bailey. I almost hung up. But something stopped me. What do you want? I wanted to talk. To explain, there's nothing to explain. You said what you said. You did what you did. I know, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I waited. I was wrong. About Emma, about what I said. I was angry and I lashed out and I said something horrible that I didn't mean. You meant it, Bailey. You've always thought of Emma as other, as not quite family. You just finally said it out loud. That's not true. Yes, it is. Every comment about her being adopted, every question about her real parents, every time you emphasized that she wasn't biological, it all pointed to the same thing. You never saw her as my real daughter. Bailey was crying now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that, for all of it. I was jealous, okay? You have this perfect life, successful career, great husband, beautiful daughter. And I was drowning. In debt, in a relationship with someone who didn't really love me. In this pressure to have a perfect wedding that I couldn't afford. So you took it out on my child? I took it out on everyone. You, Emma, Mom and Dad. I was a nightmare. And I know that now. What happened with Trevor? He's gone. Moved in with Chloe. They're together now. Officially, I'm sorry. Don't be. You were right. He never loved me. He loved the idea of me, the Instagram perfect girlfriend. But he didn't love the real me. The messy, stressed, insecure me. And Chloe? I don't know. I blocked her number. She's tried to reach out a few times. To apologize, I guess. I'm not ready to hear it. We sat in silence for a moment. What are you going to do about the debt? I asked. File for bankruptcy, probably. It's that or spend the next decade paying it off. Mom and Dad are helping where they can, but ... single quotes. She laughed bitterly. They refinanced their house for my wedding. Now I don't even have a marriage to show for it. Bailey, I'm not going to give you money. I know. I'm not asking. I'm just ... I'm trying to figure out how to fix my life. And I wanted to start by apologizing to you. And to Emma. Emma's not ready to talk to you. I understand. Can you tell her I'm sorry? When she is ready? Maybe. Eventually. Thank you. She paused. Lauren, I know you probably won't believe this, but I'm glad you exposed Trevor. You saved me from making a huge mistake, from legally tying myself to someone who would have made me miserable. I didn't do it for you, I know. You did it for you, and for Emma, and that's okay. You should put yourself first. I just wish ... single quotes. Her voice broke. I wish I hadn't pushed you so far that you had to. Me too. Do you think we'll ever be okay again? As sisters, I thought about that. About years of resentment, years of enabling and manipulation, years of putting Bailey's needs before my own. I don't know, I said honestly. Maybe, but it would take a lot of work, from both of us. And especially from you. I know, I'm in therapy now, trying to figure out why I am the way I am. Why I manipulate people. Why I can't just ... Be honest, that's good. I hope it helps. Me too. She took a shaky breath. I should let you go. But Lauren, thank you for telling me the truth. Even though it hurt, you're welcome. She hung up. I sat there staring at my phone. Was that enough? Was one apology enough to erase years of toxicity? No. But it was a start. 6 months later, my life looked completely different. Emma was thriving. She'd joined the school debate team and was excelling. Her confidence had grown. She talked less about what Bailey had said and more about her own achievements. Marcus and I were stronger than ever. The crisis had brought us closer instead of driving us apart. My relationship with my parents was ... complicated. We talked occasionally, awkwardly. They were trying. Slowly coming to terms with the fact that they'd enabled Bailey for years, and it had almost cost them their relationship with me. And Bailey? She was in intensive therapy, working 2 jobs to pay down her debt, living in a small apartment, rebuilding her life from scratch. We texted occasionally. Nothing deep. Just checking in, ***, how are you doing, ***, good. You? ***, good. Baby steps. One Saturday afternoon, I got a text from Bailey. ***, can I see Emma? Just for coffee. Just to apologize in person. Only if she's ready, ***, I asked Emma. She thought about it for a long time. Will you be there? With me? If you want me to be? I do. Then yes. I'll be there. We met at a coffee shop. Neutral territory. Bailey looked different. Thinner. Older. Her hair was simpler. Her clothes were less expensive. But there was something in her eyes that hadn't been there before. Humility. Hi, Emma, she said quietly. Hi. They sat down. I stayed close but gave them space. I wanted to say I'm sorry, Bailey began. For what I said about you not being Lauren's real daughter, that was wrong. It was cruel. And it wasn't true. Emma nodded. It hurt. Single quotes, I know, and I'm so sorry. You are absolutely your mom's daughter. Biology doesn't make a family. Love does. Then why did you say it? Bailey took a breath. Because I was angry. And I wanted to hurt your mom. And I knew that saying something about you would hurt her the most, but that was wrong. You didn't deserve to be used that way. No, I didn't. I know. I'm sorry. Emma looked at her for a long moment. Are you going to be mean to my mom again? I'm trying not to be. I'm working on it. With a therapist. Good. Because my mom is really nice. And she helps people. And she doesn't deserve to be treated badly. You're right. She doesn't. Okay. Emma took a sip of her hot chocolate. I accept your apology. But I'm not ready to be close to you again yet. I understand. That's fair. Maybe someday, if you keep being better. Bailey smiled. It was a sad smile. I'd like that. We finished our coffee. Bailey hugged Emma briefly, carefully. Then she turned to me. Thank you for giving me a chance. Thank you for taking responsibility. She left. Emma and I sat there for a while longer. Do you think she'd actually change? Emma asked. I don't know, I hope so. Me too. Because I want to have an aunt someday. Just not the mean kind. I pulled her close. You deserve the best kind of aunt. And if Bailey can't be that, we'll find you other family. The kind you choose. I already have family. You and Dad. You do. And we're not going anywhere. Epilogue. A year after the wedding that never was. I'm sitting in my office, reviewing notes for a new client. She's a woman in her 30s who's been supporting her younger brother financially for years. He's in debt, unemployed, and emotionally manipulative. She feels guilty for considering cutting him off. I know this story. I lived this story. What would you tell a friend in your situation? I ask her. I'd tell her to set boundaries, to stop enabling him, to prioritize her own family. But you can't do that for yourself? He's my brother. Family takes care of family. Family supports each other. They don't exploit each other. There's a difference. She's quiet for a moment. How do I know if I'm being supportive or being a doormat? Ask yourself. If I stopped helping, would he find another way? Or would he just find another person to exploit? She knows the answer, she just doesn't want to admit it. Setting boundaries with family is hard, I tell her. It feels like betrayal, like selfishness. But protecting yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary. Did you have to do that? Set boundaries with family? I think about Bailey, about my parents, about the wedding toast that changed everything. Yes, and it cost me relationships, at least temporarily, but it saved my sanity, and it protected my daughter. Was it worth it? Absolutely. What I learned. My sister tried to manipulate me into funding her wedding by going after my daughter. She thought I'd cave, that I'd prioritize family peace over my child's dignity. She was wrong. I learned that sometimes the most loving thing you can do is refuse to enable someone's worst behaviors. I learned that family isn't defined by blood or obligation. It's defined by respect, reciprocity, and genuine care. I learned that protecting yourself from toxic people, even when their family isn't cruel, it's self-preservation. And I learned that the truth, delivered publicly and without apology, can be devastating. But sometimes devastation is the only way to create space for something healthier to grow. To anyone in a similar situation. If someone is using your love against you, using family obligations to manipulate you into sacrificing your boundaries, your finances, or your peace, walk away. You don't owe anyone your suffering. You don't owe anyone your silence. And you especially don't owe anyone the right to hurt your children. Set the boundary. Hold the line. Let them be angry. And if they can't respect you, they don't deserve access to you. My name is Lauren Mitchell. I'm 34 years old. I'm a clinical psychologist, a mother, and someone who finally learned to say no. My sister tried to use my daughter against me. I let her have her perfect wedding, right up until the moment I took it away. And I'll do it again. Bailey thought family loyalty meant I'd tolerate anything. She thought I'd sacrifice my daughter's dignity for her wedding buffet. She learned the hard way. You can push someone only so far before they push back. And when they do, they push harder.